Hey guys, just wanted to update you. Just reading this book, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. It's a absolutely wonderful book. It's a must read for investors, for lawyers, for any decision makers, and it sort of points out the variety of biases that creep into our decision making process. Um, One of the fundamental ideas that I liked, and that's what I wanted to discuss about, was premortem. Premortem is uh, before, once you've made a decision, you ask everyone to assume that the decision has been executed and it's been executed well. But whatever it was supposed to achieve did not has not been achieved, so it's failed. And you ask the people to justify why it failed, and that sort of gives you some sort of a background as to what can go wrong. I think that's a fantastic tool. I like that. I liked the three types of beings that he's constructed. System one versus system two. System one is a snap judgment. System two is more of a logical judgment based system. The two behaviors he has constructed, the econ and the human. Econ is a rational, human is full of controversies. It's uh, mixed kind of emotions, emotional based decisions. And basically, and the third one, I forget the third one, but I think the third one is more of a self, the experiencing self and the remembering self. And what he says is that experiencing self is very different from the remembering self. And that's where the dichotomy comes, that when you recall something else, and you recall the peak of your experience, and you don't necessarily recall the duration of the experience, but within the experience self, the duration matters very much. And fascinating discussion. It just sort of links into the John Kay book. It links into Richard Taylor's book, uh, Nudge, and sort of explains Blink to a certain extent, explains different aspects of it. So very interesting, and absolutely must read. Uh, in a few days, in a few weeks, maybe I'll move to Michael Lewis's Undoing Project, the book which gives some sort of a background of this book. This book, Thinking Fast and Slow, is based on Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky's uh, research, and Michael Lewis' book gives us sort of a story about what happened with them. So I think let's see how it goes. This book is absolutely interesting, must read, and framing issue is, it's one of the important thing that I learned was framing issue. Framing issue is the way you frame the problem, and your framing the problem changes the perception that, or changes the response that you will get. It's absolutely critical to frame the problem properly. The example that he's given is people who opt in for that is another one. But framing problem is very, very important. You can frame something as a cost, and say frame something as a fee, uh, or cost or a fee, and something as a loss. So the whatever you frame as a loss will end up in hurting people, where if you frame it as a cost or fee, it will be accepted more easily. All these things are worth considering while designing public policy, as well as many other things. So let's see. It's a must read for almost everyone. That's my opinion on the book. Absolutely must read. Thank you.